Okay, Roger Jackson arrested, and that's being talked about enough, but it's very pedantic, hanging on to the tiniest amount of words and making comparisons that just they're irrelevant. It doesn't matter how somebody would do this in another country. This is done in the United States. So did he turn himself in? No, they had to go and arrest him. They got him. This picture of him, mugshot maybe, but you know what that looked like? That looked like someone scared trying their best to look as mean and as nasty as they can. I want you to see this of me, because when I come into prison, you ain't gonna take me lightly. Like, oh no, they're gonna take you. So, I mean, that's just, you know, how big and bad you are. They gonna get what they want to get, you know. But why did it take so long? They're not gonna go over this, but here's the thing. The reason it took so long to arrest Roger is, one, they could take their time. They know who he is. They know where he lived. If they can't get him, they're going to be able to get, you know, his dad. His dad's going to sing like a canary. Don't have a choice. It's that simple. But why did it take so long? Because you've got to find something to make it stick. They got to find a charge. What is it going to be? Honestly, assault and battery. People keep shouting about it's attempted murder. He tried to kill him. No. There was nowhere in what he was saying that I can recall. It's been a while since I heard the footage. But not once did I'm going to kill him. I'm going to try to kill him. Nothing like that. There is no attempted murder in that. Just because you see the beating, you hear the damage, you want it to be attempted murder, it's got to be actually attempted murder. Was this premeditated? Yes. The attack, the assault was premeditated. If he had killed Stu doing this, it wouldn't even be first, second, third degree. It would be manslaughter. If he had planned to do serious and heavy damage, saying something like, he was like, I'm going to make sure he don't ever wrestle again, you know, and he can't, or he does die from that, then you can get higher charges, but it won't be attempted murder. So there is no attempted murder with this, but they've got to find something that they can arrest him for that's going to stick. And that's what took so long. And no matter what they find, it's going to be difficult for him to do some serious time on this. This is, by and large, that we know of, his first time. So the judge can go lenient on that. He was peer pressured online and by his father. That can raise some leniency. No matter his age, he's still impressionable. He's trying to make himself look serious. He's trying to be taken serious. That can weigh a lot. Hearing him talk about it's premeditated. You cannot even go against that. No judge can. And we don't know if there's going to be judge and that's it, or will there be a judge and jury? And there are so many pleas that could be made to dumb this all the way down to community service, time served or whatnot, and a pretty much slap on the wrist. The judge could say, you're going to pay this man's medical bills. You will do 2 to 5 years or some amount of hours or whatnot of community service. You will write a formal apology to this person. The judge can do a lot. You will pay court fees and all this other stuff. You're going to yada yada. That's the reality of it. And I'm going to say it again. Anyone out there saying that what he did was attempted murder, you would never make it as a lawyer. You wouldn't be able to get yourself out of trouble if they paid you and gave you a script to do it right. It's not attempted murder. He's also, this one here, rich kid, rich family, got a name. They're gonna throw it out there. He's affluent. He didn't know any better. He thought it was the right thing to do. He's always wanted to do it, but now he's got an excuse. He didn't know he'd get in trouble for it. He had no idea it was gonna be such a big deal. He got egged on and everything by his dad. And now you got that. He called out people's names or screen names. Cool. It's no, everyone that egged this on is capitulate. They are a part of it. They might get minor, really minor charges, but there's a lot of cases to be made about people that aid others in their own self unaliving, and they get a charge, and they're just the ones that talk just like the people did online. So that's something that's going to have to be thought about. Roger Jackson committed some serious felonies. He did it, but he was invited to do it. He was urged to do it. Or you can get your receipt, you can get it then. Do we know what that means? He knows what it means, but how far can you go? And he's somebody that once he sees red, that's it. Does he redline and that he never leaves? Because he was still fired up way after the situation. And he said it over and over again. He wants to be taken serious. He ain't no punk. He used for worse words, but yeah. He kept saying that over and over again. And all he heard was, they disrespected you. He disrespected you. How you gonna take that? You look like a punk. You look, a lot of derogatory things. Roger Jackson literally did anywhere in the United States of America, every single man and woman would say he did what he was supposed to do. You ain't gonna look like some punk. You ain't gonna get humiliated, all like public and stuff like that. You need to get some get back. You need to get back at that. You can't let him walk around thinking he got over on you. You're a man. You're supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be just whoop somebody up, and that's it. So, product of a nation, product of society, product of his environment. By all accounts, that lawyer can get him nothing but a slap on the wrist if that lawyer is competent. It does not matter about Raja saying what he's going to do, what he can't wait to do. He always wanted to hurt somebody. He wanted to beat up a wrestler for the longest. He ain't doing that fake stuff. He going to do it for real. And he had to prove to his fans, he's actually going to get in there and fight for real. He's going to go in there and fight for real. He had to prove it to them. I dare you to do it. He ain't going to do it. He a punk. No, I'm going to do it. No, you ain't going to do it. You a punk. You ain't going to do it. Yeah. Even if he didn't redline, he had to make a statement. Ain't that what we do in pro wrestling, everyone? You have to go in and make a statement. He made one. And he cost himself millions of dollars because he could have got in there, looked real, made it a work, get hired, which is probably what they was kind of going for, and get pushed to NXT within 7 to 8 months, be on NXT for about a year or two, maybe 3, get to the main roster and replace one of the retired greats, and there he go. Making millions of dollars a year, especially on sales, his name, putting money in the pockets of WWE, UFC, which UFC was certainly like, hey, you got your title, come here and fight, or come here and fight before your title. And they could do a multiple storyline with that. He ruined everything. Potentially ruined everything. We don't know, Dominic Mysterio, he did a little bit of time in jail, and well, it ain't like his stock went up, but he did it. He still got a job, so I guess that means something. I always thought that was a work anyway. It don't matter. He's got money. He's good. Roger, he's you look at the picture of him. You look at the picture of him, you really would not fear that face. You'd be like, I don't know who gassed you up, but you are really wanting it, aren't you? Just saying that. I don't care how gangly and weak you are. I don't care if Roger Jackson would dust you off with no issues at all. You would look at that face and be like, I don't believe you. Yeah, I don't believe you. You're mugging for the camera. You're a fan right now. You know? So, I'm not going to take 20 minutes. I'm not going to take 30 minutes. I'm not going to take an hour. These are legitimate things that all of you should consider. It, like I said before, saying it again, last time, it was not attempted murder unless he literally says, I went in there with the intent to kill him. Or when I go in there, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to end his life. Y'all going to watch me end this dude's life. If he's saying stuff like that, he's cooked. For real. He's done. I don't recall him saying anything remotely like that. None. And I don't think any of you do either. If you go back and listen, you probably won't even hear. So, and yeah, his cell phone could be used as evidence. And if it's part of an investigation and he deletes it, he's going to prison. No doubt. If that phone is like, yeah, you know, it's part of an investigation, we need evidence. Okay, get it and then erase it, done. But if he erases it way before, like, let's say the first day, he was like, I don't need this stuff on my phone. It's just too much as it is. I don't need stuff online. He just gets rid of it because he wanted to. He's pretty much in the clear because it was never issued as part of an investigation. You know, you can't retroactively investigate something you had no idea or cared to investigate. And the police took this long, as I said in the beginning, because of who he is, the situation involved. Jokingly, kind of not joking, LAPD, why would it take so long? They're not used to investigating. I mean, they'll crack your head open. They'll beat on you. They'll kill you. But actually doing work, they probably had to figure that out. They probably had to go back and get some training to figure that out. You know, it's like, dude, we got to do investigation. Do what? Investigate, you know, figure this out, you know, evidence, clues and stuff. Oh, damn. So do you beat the paper? Does that help? No, we actually have to do work. At that point, they probably went on strike and nobody knew about it. They came off strike or they hired some new people and this is why we got them arrested. I don't know. I just know he ain't going up for murder. He ain't, you know, manslaughter at best. Affluent kill, ran over. He killed 4 people. Drunk, reckless driving. But he's affluent. Manslaughter. No prison time, no jail time. He's rich, affluent, so they gave him like 5 years of probation. And he was still drinking, trying to leave the country and all this other stuff that he wasn't supposed to do, and they didn't do anything until him and his mom tried to flee. When they tried to flee, that's when they're like, all right, you done broke too many rules. Although that was the actual biggest rule to break. So if Roger falls into that category and he's not, and I'm going to be straight up raw with you, if he's not viewed, seen, and judged by the color of his skin, he ain't doing any time. None. Y'all keep that in mind. I hope y'all listen to this. You know, spread it, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, and I want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe. It's coming up to fall. Autumn is starting to get in the air. Leaves changing colors, and you know, Roger's probably going to wish he could be a chameleon right about now. So, you know, y'all chill, all right? Be safe and be good. So I can see you next time.